Hello everybody, my name is Luz Garza. I'm your professor for Psych 290 this session. I wanted to make this little video for you because, as you may have gotten in your email from me, that we are not meeting on Tuesday, July 4th for week 1. So that means you're going to be responsible for going through this week's chapters and the assignments for the week on your own. But this little video is going to hopefully get you through all of the places in Canvas that you will need to find in order to get through all the assignments. So here's how to get to your class. If you've gotten into Canvas at least, you can go to your dashboard right over here on your left, and it should give you a listing of what your current courses are. So of course ours is Lifespan Development. You can also get to that by just clicking on courses right here, and it will show you a list that you can click on also. Okay, so the first button here in our shell, this is what it looks like. You're going to click on the syllabus for now. This is the easiest way to see what's all due each week. It starts out with my biography at the top, so we can just scroll past that for now. And it gives us a little overview of our course. This is Lifespan Development, so we are going to have a really interesting class. We're going to start talking about the history of psychology a little bit, and then we'll go into the stages of life. So we'll start from birth and obviously go all the way up through death. By the 8th week, we'll have covered all of the different changes and developmental issues that happen for each age group. It's a really interesting class. Most students really enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to spending this next session with you guys. You can see underneath that is a picture of the textbook. This is not where you access the book actually, but this is what it looks like. I'll take you to that link in just a moment. As you keep scrolling, we have the course objectives. Every one of our courses has these objectives specific to the course you're taking. So obviously we want to be familiar with what the goals are for your learning, and we will go more into detail with these each week. For this week, I'm going to leave them up to you to read through, but we will go through them together when we meet next July 11th, which is our first day of class. Okay, so now we get down to the assignment summary, which is the part that is your responsibility this week. You can see that our due date is on Saturday, July 8th. So our class does start officially on Sunday. Actually, it starts Monday, July 3rd. And it goes through Saturday. So that means you've got this whole next week, well, depending on when you're listening to this, you have this 1 week to get through all of the assignments for week 1. These little bubbles are your discussion topics. So you're going to see here there are 2 separate topics. You can click on them. It makes it really easy for you to just get right to the discussion, and you can post right underneath here. You will need to post 2 times under this one and then 2 times under the other one at a minimum. So please make sure that you are interacting throughout the week, that you don't just post all 4 posts in one day. If you've been coming to Chamberlain for a while, you know that that's what the instructors expect. We want you to be involved throughout the week, and you'll see me posting responses to you as well during the week. Your reading assignment here, if you click on it, I already told you in your email, but if you click on this each week, it'll tell you also what chapters you're supposed to look at. You've got these 3 chapters here. So for week 1, you're going to be responsible for reading all of those 3 chapters before you come to class week 2. It's also important that you read those 3 chapters because you have a quiz, which you can access through here too. You click on this week 1 quiz. When it's time to take it, you will have 20 multiple choice questions to answer. It's not timed, and you can take this one as many times as you want. This is a practice quiz, although the score does count. So let's say you take it and you score an 18, and you're figuring maybe I can get 20 next time, but you actually score 17. The 17, because it's the last time you took the quiz, is the score that's going to be recorded. It does not record your best score. It only records the last score that you did. So you can take it as many times as you want. Try to get all 20 points if you can. The questions will change as you're taking the quiz, so you might not get the same questions, and it also doesn't tell you which ones you got wrong. So that makes it kind of a challenge. But it's up to you how many times you want to take it and how long you take. You can also use your book, so that's open book quiz. Actually, most of our quizzes are open books. So it's just a way for you to get used to taking these quizzes for the course. Okay, so this first section on week 1 is right here. It's highlighted. That's all that you need to do for this week. Let me show you a couple of different tabs for you to know about. Here are your announcements. Now, this week I only had the welcome email. I already sent you the welcome email, but anytime we finish class, I'm going to be putting announcements here that just kind of do like a shorter review of all of the material that we've covered for the week, and it also has like a little bit of a to-do list, due dates, little reminders, things like that. So it is going to be important that you check the announcements every week. I try not to post too many because I think we all get enough emails and notices and everything else, and we don't need to have so many. But I will post at least one every week, so it's going to be important that you come in here and check that out. The next tab is this modules tab, so let's click on that. What's really nice about these things is this little arrow right here allows you to shrink down and expand the menu. So if yours is already expanded, you're going to see a whole list of resources for you, which are great when you need them, but when you don't need them, they just kind of get in the way. So you can just click that little arrow and it just kind of minimizes the whole screen. The most important thing you are going to need in that is your book. So you can see right here in this second listing that this is where your book is. So let's click on that. It opens the book for you, and I hope your book is included in your shell. If it isn't, you might have to purchase it in the bookstore, which if you look here on your left, down below here, it says bookstore, and I think that might be where you get it. But mine is right here in the shell, so I hope yours is too. I clicked on part 1 right here under foundations, and these are the 3 chapters that you're going to be responsible for. So when you click on this, I love this book, by the way. It's so well organized, and it has like really relevant examples. It gives you a preview of like what's going to be in the chapters, and then at the end of the chapter it gives you a summary of what they just talked about. So it's really, really student oriented, and if you're a very busy student like most of us are, it helps to guide your reading, and uses really good headings and big letters for things, and here's highlighted in certain words. It's just really made well for studying and learning. So I do like the book a lot. I hope you guys will too. Take a look through these 3 chapters before you meet up with me next Tuesday the 11th. This will help you prepare for your quiz also, so make sure that you are very well finished with all of the reading before you try to take the quiz. Okay, so back to our modules. Let me see here. Let me get out of this. So we are going to have a course project in this class. Some of you may have already heard about it. It's a big program that's called a virtual child and a virtual adult. I don't want to get into a lot of detail about it here in this recording, but when we meet for class, it doesn't start anyways until week 2. So we will cover it in week 2. You can click on it here to just kind of get an overview of what it is. It's a really cool little program. It can be a little bit intensive because there is a lot of writing to do with it, but I'm going to help guide you to how that's going to happen. The first part, in the first 4 weeks, you're basically going to raise a baby from the age of birth to the age of 18. And each week, like, some little things are going to happen with your baby, and you're going to have to try to make some decisions about what you want to have happen with your baby. And then the outcomes, you know, are a result of what you decided. And so then you have to analyze what's going on. And it's really kind of interesting. Most students tend to like that. And then the second half of the course, you do a virtual adult, which is this one down here, part 2, where you are actually going to live your own life as a character. From the age of 18 to the age of 80. So again, you'll go through some scenarios, different things will happen. You'll have to decide, you know, what you want to do about certain things, and write about why it's happening and analyze the development that's gone on. So it's kind of an involved project, but we do it piece by piece, and we'll get through it, you know, together. And like I said, we'll go into more detail with that on the 11th when we actually meet in class. In the meantime, you do get to name your baby. So if you have a special name in mind, you get to do that. And if you don't, then maybe you want to start thinking about it so that you have a baby name ready when we sign up on that class time on Tuesday. Okay, so those are basically the 4 tabs that I wanted to introduce you to. If you need to get a hold of me by email, you see our inbox right over here on the left. You can click on your inbox, just another email program that's already set up. You can compose a new message right here. You select which course, for us it would be lifespan development, and then it has the teachers, the students, or who. So if it's me, of course, you want to send it to me. If you want to send it to all the students, it's pretty self-explanatory. You guys all know how to use email, but that's where you do it right here. I think that's about all I really wanted to cover with you guys. There is one other thing, actually. Hold on a second. Let me get back in here to the main page. Files. I did forget that I was going to show you this. This Files tab opens up these folders for you, which are documents and different things that have been uploaded. This is the one that I've uploaded for you. It's called Week 1 Student Files. So I have an outline for the Week 1 chapters. I'll give you a little bit of a preview here so you can see it. Just again, another method and way for you to guide your reading as you get through those 3 chapters. So this has all of the learning objectives, and then this one actually has some answers in there for you. So I kind of was giving you like a template, and then I gave you some kind of a model for how I would answer some of these questions, just to take notes while you're reading. This is not required work at all. This is just an outline that might help you keep yourself organized, keep your notes organized. You can download it into your own Word document and then, take notes. When we meet for class, I tend to follow this a little bit. We don't go through every single learning objective in class, but I try to highlight the most important ones that I want to make sure you've covered. And then you'll be responsible for, filling in for the rest of them. So all of the 3 chapters are here, so you can see like I've highlighted where they split up. So you can, do those when you're ready, if you want. It's an optional thing. I don't know what else we have in here. Oh, this looks like this final exam study guide. This is really just basically the rules about how not to cheat and basically how long the exam is and that kind of stuff. I'm going to give you a better final exam guide once we get closer to that. Week 7-ish, somewhere in there. I think that's about all I wanted to cover with you for this week. Like I said, it's kind of difficult to kind of start with this brand new Canvas and then not even get to meet week 1. But I really hope that this video will help you find what it is that you need to get you on the right track for week 1. And like I said, you can always email me. You can text me if you have questions. My phone number is right here, and I'm very open to having you text me whenever. If I am busy, my phone is off and I won't be disturbed, in other words. So you can just text me whenever, and then when I have a minute, I'll get right back to you. Students who have had me before know that I'm very quick to respond. I would rather help you when you need it than have you have to wait until you see me each week, which is just too long. So I think that's all for today. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys week 2 on July 11th on the Tuesday. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July. I'm going to be looking for you guys in the discussions next week. So hopefully, or this week again, depending on when you're listening to this. So hopefully we'll be able to communicate at least a little bit during the week, even though we're not going to see each other. Okay, everybody, it was really good going through this with you. I hope that this is helpful, and I look forward to seeing you. Have a great 4th of July.